Hey guys, how's it going? BCHD here, welcome back to another FIFA 20 career mode video on the channel. In today's video, we are bringing you all the Wonderkids in career mode that have 90 plus overall potential. Obviously, players still have base potentials. Once you sign them in your team, they will have dynamic potentials, but they all have the possibility to reach 90 plus. It is 90 plus only, no 89s. Just 90 and above, and we're going to get straight into the list. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to slap a like on it. We've got daily FIFA 20 career mode content coming to the channel, so make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Also, who do you think got snubbed of that highly coveted 90 potential? There are actually quite a fair few Wonderkids this year that will run away with that 89 and just missed out. And just in advance, all these potentials could still change with more squad updates later into the FIFA 20 game cycle. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Comment down below what Wonderkids you're most hyped to sign in FIFA 20 career mode. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Let's get straight into things, shall we? And obviously, we haven't included players who already have a 90 overall, just to clarify things before we get into the list. But the first one on the list will be Phil Foden, the Manchester City Wonderkid, English midfielder, 76 overall. He's back again with a 90 potential in career mode. He will be an absolute star in this year's game and is quite cheap to start off with if you've got a decent budget. £15 million valuation, got a little release clause as well, so you have to see if Pep Guardiola is willing to let his favorite youngster go. We'll move on to Vinicius Jr, one of the cover stars of FIFA 20. He is rocking that 92 potential this year. Absolutely brilliant from the Brazilian from Real Madrid, 19 years of age with that 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, high attack and work rates as well. Oh my goodness, those physical stats there are dark greens, light greens everywhere. Yeah, he's just a great player to pick up. He was a great player last year and he's back this year with even bigger and better potential. £21 million valuation. He's got a release clause as well of 54.8 million, so you might consider that if you've got the budget. He's got flair, speed dribbler, outside the foot shot and technical dribbler with that new face scan in the game, so there's all more reason to pick him up. Vinicius Jr, a great option there. The 19-year-old will move on to another La Liga talent newly transferred to Atletico Madrid. Burst onto the scene last season. It is João Felix. He will be getting a face scan update. I'm not too sure when that will come. Maybe in a few months time, maybe in a few weeks time. But he is, yeah, another poster boy career mode this year. 93 potential for the 19-year-old. 5-star skill moves for him as well. He can play at center forward and striker for Atletico Madrid. Already 80 overall, and he can grow plus 13. His stats are already incredible. We'll take a look at his valuation. He's £25 million. You won't be able to pick him up in the first transfer window. But yeah, he's a decent option. His value will probably skyrocket, so you better pick him up as soon as you can. We'll move on to a Wonderkid who's had 90 potential for a while now. It is Gabriel Hey Zeus. He is back again this year with 90 potential. 22 years of age now. The Brazilian who's been around for Manchester City for quite some time. He has got the flair, chip shot, technical dribbler, and can play at striker. His valuation is £28 million. You're probably going to have to pay a bit more for him. But yeah, there are a few Manchester City players on this list. High work rates, which is interesting. But the Brazilian striker is back with just a 90 overall potential. Another 90 overall with a brand new face scan in the game, which is lovely. It is Fabian Ruiz, under 21 Euros winner in the summer. Obviously, probably Napoli's one of Napoli's best midfielders. 23 years of age with 90 potential. Just like last year, can play at centre mid, CDM and cam, so he's an all-round out-and-out beast of a midfielder. 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves with that long shot taker trait. He loves a big left foot shot from outside the box, and yeah, his stats are very well rounded. I cannot wait to use him in career mode this year. Fabian will cost you a pretty penny though, probably around 50 to 60 million pounds, but he'll be worth every single penny. We'll move on to one of the poster boys of FIFA 20 this year. He is all over FIFA 20 right now. Jaden Sancho will probably be one of the most popular Wonderkids this year. He has 92 potential as well. He is another Wonderkid with 92 potential, a plus 8 to his overall you could see to grow, and probably even grow him even further. Another 5-star skiller as well, 4-star weak foot, and those stats couldn't get any better. I mean, they can get better. He's 19 years of age. They could get way better than that, but he has the finesse shot trait, the flair trait outside the foot shot, and also technical dribbler, which is interesting. You got to get on him before he skyrockets in value as well, with a £40 million valuation. Could cost you up to 80 million just to get him on your team. So Jaden Sancho will be expensive, but I'm sure he'll be worth it. He can also play at right mid and left mid. We'll move on to Kai Havertz with a brand new face scan in the game, part of the Bundesliga license and scan update in FIFA 20. Kai Havertz can play at cam/right mid, 20 years of age. The German has 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, and just like Sancho has 92 potential, 84 overall. He's got a few traits on him as well: finesse shot, long passer, long shot taker, playmaker, outside the foot, technical dribbler, and his stats. Yeah, there's a few light greens in there. Stamina, which is really good, and then yeah, the technicals are looking great as well. 84 dribbling, 87, 85 short passing. He's just a go-to player to get. 41.5 million. He'll cost you a similar region to Sancho, 55 to 81 million pounds, but the 20-year-old will be a wonderful player to pick up in career mode. The injury-prone Ousmane Dembele is back this year. 5-star skill moves and 5-star weak foot for the 22-year-old. Can play on either side of the wings. The Frenchman is 22 years old. He has that injury-prone trait, which isn't very good in career mode. He also has flair, speed dribbler, and technical dribbler. But yeah, he's back with another big potential this year in FIFA 20. His physicals are looking pretty good. Agility, balance, sprint speed, and acceleration are just through the roof right now. Technicals, a lot of dark greens to see there, but it's that injury-prone that just, you know, you have a bit of doubts when you see the injury-prone. 38.5 million, and then the region of 51 to 76 million he might cost you. So Ousmane Dembele, it's a big risk, but you'll get a high reward. So we have the first Piemonte Calcio player, aka Juventus player on the list. The 19-year-old centre-back. The Dutchman recently moved there in the summer. It is Mattias Daylit, 85 overall. He's back with a whopping potential this year of 93, maintaining his potential from FIFA 19, which is good to see. The 19-year-old already has 88 strength, 83 reactions, got some great defensive stats in there like aggression, composure, interceptions, 85 headering accuracy, and also is a solid player. He's got leadership already, and he's got that power header trait. He'll cost you, I mean, you won't be able to pick him up in the first few transfer windows, I believe. Cost you probably around 70 million plus. He's going to be a very expensive player to get your hands on. Already 85 overall at 19. Yeah, probably a go-to centre-back if you've got loads of cash to spend. Gianluigi Donnarumma returns this year, still only 20 years of age. I feel like he's been around for so long, and he still isn't 21 yet, but he is back with 92 potential. He's maintained it. Those are his goalkeeping stats: 90 goalkeeper diving, 90 reflexes, which is good as well. These other stats are alright in the light greens too, which could grow at 85 overall. He rushes out of goal, and he comes for crosses, which is pretty accurate to Donnarumma's playing style as the starting Milan goalkeeper. He's 6'5", and yeah, just a great player to get your hands on. 37.5 million pounds, 92 potential, could grow up to 7 overalls for your team with dynamic potential. He'll cost you around 46 to 64 million though, so the go-to Italian goalkeeper is back again for FIFA 20. So the Spanish midfielder that burst onto the scene last year with Atletico Madrid has moved to Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. He's back with that 90 potential, 23 years of age. I believe you won't be able to pick him up in the first transfer window, but his stats are very well balanced. A lot of light greens in there, a lot of highlights to look forward to. The CDM/centre midfielder is 42 million pounds worth in valuation. You won't be able to pick him up, but I believe that is going to skyrocket by the time you'll be able to buy him in your side. A great solid player. Another solid player you guys probably all know about by now is Sergei Milankovitch Savic. The Serbian midfielder has maintained that 90 potential over from FIFA 19. In FIFA 20, he's back. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. One of my favorite players, you know, in real life and even in career mode as well. He's a solid FIFA player. With those stats, you can't go wrong. A lot of light greens, a lot of dark greens already in there. Just the acceleration and sprint speed probably needs improvement, but flair, power header, outside the foot, and technical dribbler is all his stats in there. 45.5 million pounds is his valuation. It could cost you up to 86 million pounds. For the Serbian 24-year-old, we'll move on to Varane, another, you know, FIFA career mode legend who's maintained that 90 potential, which is good to see. We all know about him by now. We won't talk too much. 40.5 million pound valuation, might even cost you up to 81 million pounds, which is kind of scary, but also worth it in the end. Frenkie de Jong, a wonder kid that burst onto the scene alongside his fellow Dutchman Mattias Daylit, also made a big summer transfer move, not to Piemonte Calcio, to Barcelona. The 22-year-old has 91 potential this year. Absolutely cracking midfielder there with flair, outside the foot shot, a technical dribbler, and is also a playmaker. Can play at CM/CDM. 47 million pound valuation. You can't pick him up in the first transfer window, but with 91 potential, he's got high defensive work rate, medium attacking work rate. Will be a brilliant player for Barcelona, and if you manage to pick him up, he'll probably be a brilliant player for you as well. Leroy Sano returns this year. They haven't updated his afro hairstyle to his dreads now, but he is back in the game with a 90 potential. The left winger, 23 years of age, playing for Manchester City. yeah, there's a lot of Manchester City players on this team. They just all have 90 potential, but he's another go-to player this year, worth 55 million pounds, could cost you up to 94 million. And also Skriniar is back this year, not maintaining his high potential of 92 last year. He's back to 90 potential, so only +4 growth to look forward to for the Slovakian. And also with dynamic potential, you could probably see him grow even higher than that. 85 strength, a lot of decent mental stats in there like composure and aggression. It'll cost you pretty much up to 91 million pounds, so you need the cash to splash to spend on the Inter defender. We'll move on to another player who's been around for a while now. Marquinhos has maintained that 90 potential as well. He's got some decent stats this year from PSG. The Brazilian, still only 25 years of age, can play at centre back and CDM, 46 million pounds, and could cost you nearly 91 million. Two Manchester City players in a row here. Aymeric Laporte, another French defender, could cost you nearly 100 million pounds, has 90 potential, as well as Bernardo Silva, who has 91 from an 87, could grow +4. He's one of the most well-established Portuguese Wonderkids as well, 24 years of age, could cost you nearly 9 figures with 115 million pounds. Laporte could cost you nearly 100 mil. We'll move on to Paulo Dybala. He could have moved anywhere in the summer, decided to stay at Juventus, currently sitting on the bench, so you might be able to pick him up in your career mode. Like I said, he's been around for a while now. He's got very nice traits. We all know about him. 91.6 million pounds to 137. Yeah, he's going to cost pretty much 9 figures straight away. The Argentine can play at cam/right wing, still 25 years of age, and he's 88 overall, 92 potential for him like last year. Raheem Sterling, another player who has maintained that 90+ potential. One of the cover stars of FIFA this year, only has 90 potential though. Thought he would have gone a bit higher, but EA don't think that of him. Only that 90, 24 years of age, another high prospect from England, yet another Manchester City player. Man City have so many well-established Wonderkids this year, and he has a 127 million pound release clause. He could cost you up to 131 million though, valued at 66 million pounds. We'll move on to the Wonderkid that has been dominating career mode for the past few years now. It is Kylian Mbappe. Maintain that 95 potential he got himself last year into FIFA 20. He can play a striker/right winger. You could pick him up in the first transfer window, unlike last season. He's worth 84 million pounds. He might cost you 112.3 million to 169 million. So Kylian Mbappe will probably be one of the most expensive Wonderkids in career mode this year. No release clause for him. We'll take a look at his stats, and yeah, you all know he's got brilliant stats. He's probably going to be one of the best players in FIFA 20 this year, so I highly recommend him if you have the money. 20 years of age still, Kylian Mbappe, with a 5-star skill move. Mark my words. But those are all the high potential Wonderkids with 90+ overall potential in this year's career mode. FIFA 20 has just dropped. Those are the players that are going to be elite, probably the world's best come a few seasons into your career mode. Some are already pretty much well established, but those are all the 90+ potential Wonderkids in career mode this year, guys. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to slap a like on it, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more FIFA 20 career mode content coming at you on the daily. More Wonderkid videos, more career mode series, and just more content in general. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. And also comment down below, who are you most hyped to sign in career mode this year? I've been BCHD. Hopefully you did enjoy. Hopefully this video did help you out. Have a nice day, and I'll see you on the very next video.